G'day. Everyone comes to EICMA for the shiny new bikes and cool new gadgets, but no one actually talks about what the costs are to get yourself there. So in this video, I'm breaking down the real price to attend Europe's biggest motorcycle show. So let's start with flights. If you're coming from London, I can see a return trip, the cheapest option is 136 euros. And this is booking 2 months in advance, because I would say that's about when you're doing it. But the flights can vary between 150 to 250 euros for economy from London, return. Let's say you're not coming from Europe. What about the US, say Los Angeles? The price range from Los Angeles, return from Milan, is between about 600 to 700 euros. Well, New York's actually a little bit cheaper, which surprised me, but is that surprising? No, New York's closer, isn't it? Anyway, so New York you can find for around 400 to 600 euros return. And again, this is all economy and booked 2 months in advance. Now, if you're flying in, it's more than likely that you're going to be using the public transport system. And from what I found, you can get a train-only subscription for a week for 25 euros, which is pretty cheap. And it means you can ride the train throughout Milan, on, off, any time of day, as many times as you like. But that is only the train. If you want to get an integrated subscription, which is train and all public transport within the Milan area, then you can only buy a monthly ticket, and that is 116 euros. So if you do plan on staying longer in Milan, maybe that is worth it, because then you get all public transport throughout Milan areas. And I think there's a lot of area codes outside of the central Milan. So you can get to the expo via the train. It's about a 400-meter walk from the train station, so very close. So from Malpensa Airport, Milano Malpensa, because there is 2 airports or 3 airports or something like that. There's Bergamo, there's Malpensa, and there's one other one that I don't know of. Malpensa seems to be the closest. From Malpensa, the train says it takes around 50 to 55 minutes into central Milan. Then from central Milan out to the expo, it takes another 20 minutes, but you can get there by train. Now, let's say you're taking a car. Let's say you've rented a car or you're in the area and you're taking a car. So we were currently staying around Lake Garda. It took us 2 hours to drive to the expo hall from where we are in Salo. We paid multiple tolls on the toll road, which cost us about 20 euros return in total. EICMA recommends is you actually park in a train station that's around the city, and then you catch a train in. So they have dedicated free parking spaces for you around in all these different train stations, so you don't need to pay for parking. But then you've got to pay for the train, which isn't too bad, because within the Milan area, a train ticket is 2.20 euros. There are different sections, so if you're coming from a plane, then you pay more because it's outside of the central Milan district. If, however, you want to just park anywhere close to the stadium, to the expo hall, you're looking at about 20 euros a day. If you ride your motorcycle in, you can park literally at the front door of the expo for free. Now, accommodation. Accommodation can be very expensive in Milano. I found that near the expo hall, there is one hotel that is literally right in front of the expo hall, and trying to book it 2 months in advance, I found for 2 nights, it was going to cost 546 euros. Looking at that on the day, however, was a different story. For 2 nights, booking on the day we got there, when we were looking at that hotel for the first time, for 2 nights it was going to cost 346 euros, breakfast included. Parking included as well, which is really good. But that's on the day. So if you're willing to risk it, you can actually find yourself a bargain on the day. If you're willing to look a little bit further from the stadium, you can find yourselves a place for €199 for 2 nights, and it's still reasonably close to the expo. For food on the day, we decided that we would go to a restaurant outside of the expo hall, knowing that expos are always more expensive for food, and generally it's, I'm not going to say it's worse food, but it's not exactly the greatest. We decided to go to a little cafe outside of the expo, about 1 kilometre away, that we could walk to, where we got some delicious lasagna and tiramisu. And the cost of that meal was about €25 for 2 people, 2 drinks, 2 meals and some entrees, which is pretty good value, I think. Now, the event itself. Guide. I have no idea where to go. Yeah. There's a bloody tattoo station. EICMA is huge, it's loud, and on public days it's overcrowded. And when I say overcrowded, I mean shoulder to shoulder. Honestly, I can honestly say I didn't enjoy it. There were so many people that getting close to a bike took patience and a lot of sort of argy-bargy. The expo is visually impressive, but unless you're there on press days, it's extremely hard to film, explore, or actually enjoy the bikes. Would I return? Yes, but under 2 conditions. If I was invited by a brand, or if I could go there on the press days, which we all see on YouTube. It looks lovely to go and visit, but that's a press day. That's when the general public is not attending. So that's the real cost of attending EICMA and my honest experience of it. If you're thinking of going, I hope this gives you a clearer picture of what you're actually signing up for. If you enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.